Hi, I'm Deepak Jacob Thomas. Today's session of Excel tutorial will be networking days, how to use in Excel. It's followed by the position of a day in a week, followed by how to convert a date entered to a text, and other general use of date function. All these four categories will be explained with the help of an Excel. The topic includes today is working with date function. You are watching my channel djthomasedu-world. I am Deepak Jacob. In this session of networking days, I have inputted two calendar details of January and February month, followed by few cells highlighted in yellow and orange. Yellow indicates Saturdays for that month and orange indicates the Sundays. This is only for reference. Also, few holidays for January and few holidays for February. I have indicated the start of first day and the last day of January and the start of first day and last day of February month. My primary objective is to find, considering the holidays for a particular month, what is the net working day of that month. I'll use the formula equals net working days NETWORKDAYS. Click on it, opens the bracket. Now select the start date, that is the first day, and comma, the end day will be last day, comma, followed by selection of the holidays of that particular month, and close the bracket. Likewise for February equals net working days. This is my start date, this is my end date, and this is my holidays. It gives for January month there are 19 working days considering the holidays of Jan 2020. Also for February there are 17 working days considering the holidays of February 2020. But this formula has also added by default considering Saturday and Sunday also as a holiday. Supposing in January 2020 we need 2 Saturdays working, just in this formula we need to enter 2. Likewise for February also there are 2 working days, we need to enter 2, indicating addition of 2 holidays. There is an error of different date format for this cell. Why? Because this cell is in date format. We need to ensure that it is in general format. Now we get the correct format. Here we have total of 40 days considering January and February as the total available working days for that 2 months clubbed up. This is how we can use net working days to determine number of working days considering the holidays of that particular month. Also be add on exception additional of Saturdays to determine the total available working days. Moving on to next subject of position of a day in a week. I have entered few dates of January month, and these are the formula which I'll be used to find the position of a day in a week. Here for a year I will type equals year, and it asks the series number. I'll select this date. It gives only the year factor of from this clubbed up date format of MMDDYY. Likewise for month equals month, open bracket, select this date and enter. It indicates that it is the first month. Likewise for day equals day, select this date and close the bracket. It indicates the first day. Now 1/1/2020 falls on which day, that is the position of the day, is the primary objective. I will type the formula equals weekday, it asks the series number. This is my serial number and I will indicate 2. So that why 2? Because it will give a date considering Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday will be counted as 1, 2 and 3. Now 1/1/2020 falls on the third day, that is on Wednesday. So it helps us to find what day this actual day falls on. Likewise, I'll just propagate the formula down to find all the list of values, and also we will propagate the weekday formula to find the position of the day in the week. So this is how we use a weekday formula to find the position of a day in a week from the given date entered. Next, moving on to converting a date to a text, I'll be using two different formulas. For this date of today's date, I'll convert in a text. First method will be equals open bracket today is, that means I have entered today is will be the starting of the text, followed by an and, so that I can concatenate the next further condition. I'll enter text function text and enter today formula in it. Now close the bracket. It will define the real-time date of today, followed by what format you want, comma, given by space of D, comma, YYY. Why I have entered D is that so that the day, that is 21st, can be extracted in the text. Let's enter. The value appears is today is Tuesday, July 21st, 2020. What happens if I just take this D out? Only difference is that the 21 will be omitted from the text format. This is one method of converting a date to a text. Now second method will be, I'll use this formula. Before that, I'll extract the year, month and day from this today's date equals year. This is select the serial number. Now the month equals month. Select this date, and the day equals day. Select this date. Now we have extracted the month, year, month and day from the current date of today. Now I'll use the formula equals text date. Now select year, month and year. Select this as the year, followed by the month, comma, followed by the year, followed by the day, comma, what format I need, that is comma, followed by a space of D. Why? Because for displaying a date in a text, I need the day to be displayed in it, comma, followed by Y, and close the bracket. Now it indicates Tuesday, July 21, 2020. This is how, with these two different formula and two different methods, we can convert the entered date into a text format. Coming to the general use of date function, I'll be explaining with four classic category of examples. First, we will move with what is the difference between equals to d and control plus. If I choose an empty cell and type equals to d, it displays today's date. Likewise, if I press Ctrl key and colon, it also displays today's date. The only difference is that this date with Control and colon key pressed together will stay as permanent. It will not change with time. But this day used with formula as equals to day will change with time. That means if you open this Excel sheet after few days, it will show then date. But whereas this, which is generated with control and colon, will not show any change. It will show 22/7/2020 even after 1 week of opening this Excel sheet. This is what's the difference between equals to day and a control plus colon. Now we'll move on to the unit codes like y, m and d, which is used in a date function. I'll explain with the help of today's date itself. I'll generate today's date by pressing control and colon. Now I'll extract year, month and day with the function of year equals year. Click on the serial number. It generates a year equals month. Click on this. It generates the month and equals day, and click on this date as serial number, close the bracket. It will extract the date. Now y, here the y when we use in the date function will complete the year in the period, number of year in the period. That means it will extract the last two values of a particular year and display in the respective cell. The example will be equals text followed by inputting of date. Now it will ask year, month and day. Now I'll just open the colon, input y, close the colon and close the bracket and enter. What happens? It shows the year 20. Likewise, if you want to display only the month in a text, equals text followed by date. Just select for year, month and day, close the bracket and complete the text. Open the colon and input value m, close the colon and close the bracket. It displays its 7th month, that's July. Likewise for day, equals text inputted by date. Click on year, month followed by comma, close the bracket, comma and conclude for the text. Just input the value by opening colon, d, close the colon and close the bracket. It gives the value 22. This is how we can use the unit code of y, m and d, which is a major functioning unit in a date function, to generate or extract the data from a required date, which is used in a text formats generation of date. Coming to the last part, these are the two formulas which I have entered. Here this formula will determine the most recent Sunday. That means if I am today in Wednesday, if I use this formula, it will automatically tell what is the most recent Sunday's date. I'll just type equals today minus, I'll use the function of mod, open bracket, again today minus 1. That means to indicates that a Sunday as minus 1 from a weekday of 7 days, followed by comma and 7, and close the bracket and enter. Now since I am in 22nd of July 2020, and with use of this formula it has automatically generated the date, that is 19/7/2020 is the most recent Sunday date. This is how we can generate a date for the most recent Sunday in from any part of the week date. Now coming to the last part of general use of date function. With this formula we can determine the last date of a month. That means whatever date we are in a part of a month, we can easily just identify which is the last day of the month. I'll use the formula equals DAT, date, followed by year. I'll select the serial number as today's date, where it automatically inputs the year, comma, month, select the today's date itself, plus 1, comma 0, and I'll close the bracket. Now what happens is that use of this formula we can generate, say I am July 2020 and this is 31/7/2020 is the last date. With this function we can determine what is the last day of the particular month inputted by the date value. This completes different uses of date function and it's working on date function. Hope you like my videos. Signing off, Deepak Jacob Thomas.